the radio with Karloproduction.
Na akkor folytassuk a Kronehit utolsó részével. Többen megjegyeztétek, hogy a rádió belülről egy kicsit old school. De amit eddig láthattatok, az egy tartalékstúdió volt, ahol Rüdigerrel beszélgettem. Most a főstúdiót láthatjátok, de hamarosan Rüdiger megmutat még nekünk pár érdekes dolgot és helyszínt. Azután bepillantunk a videó és grafikai részlegbe, majd beszélgetünk az ottani Morning Show főműsorvezetőjével, és egyébként ő is ad nekünk egy kreatív játékötletet. És hogy egyre érdekesebb legyen a mai epizód, megismerhettek egy Magyarországon még nem is létező rádiós departmentet. Jön Martin és az Entertainment Development, és kiderül az is, hogy például a Kronehit rádióban hány ember foglalkozik aircheckkel. Tippeljétek meg, gondoljatok egy számra, ez persze lehet 0 is, és nem sokára kiderül. Szóval hamarosan nagyon érdekes és elgondolkodtató dolgokról mesél Martin nekünk, de addig is egy kicsit még vissza a Rüdigerhez.
Here is one of our studios. So this is the studio that we use when the A studio is broken. The A studio is the one you've been before with the morning show. Pretty much the same setup. We got this nice daylight lamp, so if you want to do video content, we can do this inside. That's the software we use. Pretty much the standard like in all, I wouldn't say in all German-speaking countries, but I think 80% of the radio stations use Digas. Digas is for cutting and editing, and the Xenon is the player system. Oh. And there is an interface between Digas and Xenon, so you edit something, cut it in Digas, and then you drag and drop it into Xenon, and then it's there. And also these nice little mixers we have. So nowadays all these mixers are not much more than remote controls. All the mixing is done digitally. And this is just a fader, which is nothing else than a resistor that tells the computer how to mix, actually, yeah.
I was thinking, is this a mirror or
no?
Is this a new studio?
This is
another studio?
Yeah, A, B, C, and the first one with the red, white, red, was Studio D. So these are our 4 studios now. So this studio is the spare studios if the other 2 studios are gone. And if this studio is gone, then we still have Studio D. And if this is gone, then we really have shit creek. Important that people that switch the studios find the same environment. For example, let's say I would like to record my podcast, then I would take Studio C, Rüdiger Podcast, where is it? All the settings automatically switched to what I need. So I don't have to fiddle around and say, yeah, what I need here. No, it's just there. This is our super creative, perfect, hilarious, and also entertaining.
Amazing,
thank you.
One and only
video and graphics team. This is Christian.
We do a lot of video stuff, so basically you can see us as an agency, a creative agency. We have a lot of other companies, we shoot for them, and we also do our stuff intern, like if we have a promotion.
So what's the last stuff you produced you're really so proud of that you want to show?
Yesterday we was in Salzburg at Red Bull, at the Hangar 7 and Hangar 8, and we were shooting with a pilot who is, Selina got the video here. We were shooting with a pilot of Red Bull, because we had a promotion for the air power and one lucky winner.
And the big question for me is, did the winner vomit or not?
No.
Very good, very brave, yeah?
But she said, can we go back, my stomach is it's crazy.
Understandable. Mario, he's the head of graphics. All the graphic design you see on our homepage or in our ads or also in classifieds in the newspaper go through his hands in the end of the day.
You made a fantastic posters outdoor.
Yes?
Yes. My name is Meinrad Knapp and I'm the host of the Kronehit morning show for more than 20 years right now, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
What is the structure of the morning show?
Yeah, we start at 5:45 and then we start with the news, then we have some information about the weather and the traffic, and then we also have some games every day on the show. One of the games we have, which is very popular, people call in and we try to guess how old are they. We're just able to hear their voices and we ask questions and we try to guess how old they could be, and it's one of the famous spiels. It's one of the famous games, and it's called Wie alt klinge ich?
How often do you organize a roadshow or outdoor event with the morning show?
We did especially pre-corona. We did a show once a year at least, where we went through Austria and got in all the small villages and tried to meet people there. We did an event which was called 40 Hours Without Sleep. This was a charity thing. We did for some years, and it was really a very special moment in radio, because we were here, we were 40 hours without sleep, so you get a little bit crazy. And in the morning, children came into the studio before they go to school and gave us their pocket money, because they also want to support this charity. That was a real, very, very special moment.
I'm Martin. My working field, we call it entertainment development.
What does TNC means precisely?
It stands for traffic and continuity. So it's, I call it, it's like a bit like radio police, like internal radio police. I mentioned before communication, which means also briefing, especially the hosts, and also the whole program department, which is a big one. Therefore, we use intranet solution since 3 years or so. It's called SharePoint. Do you know that? Yeah. It's like hub content. So we have important topics there that the hosts can always look into, and also the briefing for promotions. This one is an example for McDonald's at the moment. We describe how it should sound. We do not write live readers in the sense of you have to stick to the words. We say that's the direction. It's up to you. Which words do you use? Mm-hmm. For example, for legal reasons, we also give information about do's and don'ts. Yeah. Communication means also supporting the hosts, especially, and means also write guidelines mainly for technical issues and topics. Programming means the daily business, which content, which promotions, how often, where, trailers as well. Another task which I really love is training. Many stations do not have the capacity to do a lot of air checking and training with the hosts, but it's very, very important.
But it was the program director task. Mm-hmm. In the past.
Yeah, and it is also as well now. There are 3 to 4 guys at the station who do air checks. It's a program director, some external trainer, and it's me. And another colleague which starts in September will also do air checks.
Where do you find new talent?
That's a case of casting for internship. Yeah, that's not my part. But we have 3 to 4 trainees at the moment, and so every 3, 4, 5 months there's someone who also is interested, and we started them a traineeship. Yeah.
What do you like mostly in your job?
As head of entertainment development, it's clearly working with young people. It's the training task, which I really love. Talking and sharing experience and knowledge, and enable young people to learn about themselves. Because we always talk about radio personalities. But how do you become a radio personality? That's fascinating, because especially young people learn about themselves, about their personality when we work with them. And I love that. I think it's a part of us seniors that we try to give our passion to the next generation as well. A lot of work and a lot of working hours. You get tired, and there's not much time to share your passion with others, and I think it's important to share it with young people.
Na, hardcore? Az. Igazából az lenne a kérdésem, hogy a Martin által felsorolt folyamatokból mi hiányzik itthon nektek a legjobban? És mi az, ami ezekből a leghasznosabb lenne ha lenne? Írjátok meg kommentben. Folytatjuk a social csapat 2 tagjával, majd beszélünk a hírekről, és kiderül, hogy ők már ott mennyire használják az AI-t, aztán zárjuk ezt az epizódot a fiatal zeneszerkesztőkkel.
I'm Yasmin, and I'm the head of social media at Kronehit, and I'm here, I'm working here since 8 years.
Hi, I'm Timo. I'm her subordinate, colleague, whatever.
What social platforms do you use? And which is the most important? Which is the order?
We use Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok.
How does your typical day look like?
We usually go through what task we may have lined up for today, which promotions are important right now, maybe what happened overnight, like with the Taylor Swift thing today. What happened overnight, what could we do with it, how could we implement it into our social media.
And what was the most used Facebook post or TikTok or Instagram?
It was pretty recently, actually. We recently just got our first video to 1 million views on Instagram.
Yeah.
We've had a couple of them reach 700,000, 800,000, whatever. And recently we got one from Electric Love Festival, where a guy pretty much just holding a sign went by that said, I'm called in sick to work, please take no pictures. We filmed it and it went completely viral. It was amazing, yeah. It was the first one to reach 1 million on Instagram.
Do you pay for the social contents?
Yes, we have paid content, especially for our customers.
Usually the salesperson kind of sells the promotion, and then they'll come to us, tell us what was sold, what's part of the package, how many postings, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, a newsletter, maybe whatever. And then we work it out. We read through the sample text for the promotion,
The wording.
Yeah, exactly. And we kind of talk about it and think it over. And then hopefully have a good idea on how to promote that radio promotion also on social media.
And what do you think nowadays? What is the good ratio between the social media content and the on-air content?
In the end, the goal of a social media, for example, radio station, is to get people to listen to the radio station, of course. But to some other degree, to be successful, you'll have to focus on social media and make great social media content, and not just kind of press everything you do on air right into your social media accounts, because sometimes it doesn't fit. It's not the same concept. It's not the same media. So it's probably like a 50-50. Sometimes you have to kind of promote something you're doing on air because it's big and it's great and it also works on social media. And sometimes you'll just have to do your own thing in order to entertain people, gain followers, whatever, because
and be close to them. Be the best friend for them. But I think it's very important also for our presenters. They have personalities, and personalities are very important on social media and, of course, on the radio.
What was your favorite promotions?
We did a promotion called, how'd you translate it? The Forbidden Word. I love that.
That was a good one.
Where our presenters were not allowed to say a certain word. It was natürlich, so natürlich means pretty much everything in German. Yeah. You say natürlich as naturally, as of course, as whatever. It has like a million meanings. So that was a hard one to avoid throughout all the talking on here. And it resulted in hilarious, especially social media content, because the presenters said the word, and either they didn't even realize it, so there was like this cold tension in the room of waiting for them to realize that they just fucked up, or it was an instant realization. They were just nearly cursing on air. They were losing their mind. I
losing their face.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was really amazing.
Ist bei euch auch so?
Das natürlich. Greift keiner rein.
Tomorrowland setzt natürlich.
Ich check das natürlich alles nochmal durch. Dein nächstes Gesamtupdate in 16 Minuten. Punkt 9.
Ja?
Ja, peinlich.
peinlich, nicht? Und in Wien die Tangente natürlich Richtung Süden.
Mit der weißen Musik natürlich, mit Mattia, Lost Frequencies, Justin Team.
War da was, Theo?
Bitte nicht.
Also natürlich jetzt nicht.
Jetzt denkt man gleich zweimal drüber nach.
The news. Yeah. My name is Felix. I work here for 5 years now. I started with the news 3 years ago. Before that, I was on the hotline over there and then switched to the news. Yeah, and after 3 years, it's still entertaining because every day there's something new, of course. And with our new online channels we do have now, we got some new techniques now to work on the news.
I'm so curious.
Yeah, I mean, we did get a new online tool which automatically gets in all the news from the Austria Press Agency. So everything that they post gets in here. And we can then go into like a new message from them. Let's choose maybe something with Taylor Swift because today it's very important. And then you have the message in here. And then we have the opportunity to let the AI shorten it for us. So we took about 2 months to train the AI. So we always did input our style of writing the messages for on-air news so that the AI is learning and learning and learning. And it got pretty good. And if we now go to this here, we can generate a AI text. It will take some seconds. And if I then refresh the page, we will get our shortened AI text for the news. You have to say it's not always perfect, so you of course have to read and correct some things, but it's a pretty good thing already. And then we have here the opportunity to directly record the news for online. Perfect. Let's do it in here. The AI generated the short version and I had to read it of course again to correct it, maybe if there's some mistakes. But in this case it was actually pretty good. The exciting thing is we do have this one AI, but sometimes this AI makes some mistakes, and for that we have a second AI as a control for the first. And here you can see it checks every part. It checks if there are mistakes, if it's the wrong time. It checks everything and then posts here a message with everything it changed, and this one should then be absolutely correct. Sometimes there are small mistakes, but it's already very, very good. And then I can just start here to record. Ein 17-Jähriger soll eine 14-Jährige am Bahnhof Langenzersdorf in Niederösterreich vergewaltigt haben. Der somalische Asylwerber wurde am Mittwoch festgenommen und in die Justizanstalt Korneuburg eingeliefert. Bei den Einvernahmen verweigerte er die Aussage. Die Tat soll am Montag gegen 23:30 Uhr verübt worden sein. And then we have our finished audio for the news.
Your voice was different than your normal speaking.
Yeah, it's a little bit different, yeah. And then they all get transferred into this here, where we then program our news for the online channels. So everything that we spoke in gets in here, and it also automatically rows them because we have filters for what we do want to have in the channels, and it automatically does that. Sometimes, of course, you have to correct some things, but it's already pretty good, and it makes the workflow very easy.
What is the Austrian and international news ratio?
It depends, of course. We try to always have like 1 or 2 reports from Austria in there. It's like we have 5 per news, and I think 1 or 2 from Austria is good, 2 international ones, and then of course as always, now it's one for sports like Olympia or championship, European championships or something.
And how do you pick the news?
Well, it's actually a good question. I mean, you cannot actually explain how I choose it, because after some years you get some kind of routine and you know what's important. Like, I mean, at the moment we have those important things like Israel, Olympia.
My name is Tony, I'm 32. I'm working for Kronehit for 9 years. I'm music editor and station manager. The first 3 are quite current stuff, which we use on hot rotation. So all the stuff you are listening on the radio, which is quite popular at the time. And we mix it up with categories which are for current, recurrent and greatest hits, to mix it quite up, to make a good artist separation, to mix up between the genders, between tempis, and this is the holy grail of the music department.
If I'm not mistaken,
yes.
Do you have a specific time when you don't repeat songs?
Absolutely right. We have one benchmark that's called kein Hit doppelt, so we are not allowed to play a song twice between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. on work days. Yeah, it makes it quite difficult to mix it up week for week, but the main helping tool is the G selector, because it's an automatic process, but we have to do the fine-tuning afterwards always. There are some mistakes, but stuff like main rules like artist separation work really well with the help of this program.
And do you have a smart app?
Smart app.
Smart app.
Yes, we have it also, maybe.
And if I don't like music,
yeah,
I can swipe, delete.
You can swipe, and the whole program tries to find some music of your taste, to suggest you new stuff which you could like, so you can give a like. It will try to make the best possible advice for you for additional music. Yeah.
And how did it help the music test?
This is a main point in the whole department. Maybe we can show you. So this is what a result of a survey looks like on a weekly basis. We do quite the whole year surveys on a weekly basis. During the summer weekends we try to make kind of a pause for 1 month, and once a year we have a big one for the whole back catalog, means about 500 songs we try to test, and there are some parameters which help us to select the rotation and to prepare the categories in the right way for the listeners. So for example, you have love parameter, hate parameter, or familiar, tired. What's mean by tired? It's kind of a fatigue, so you say you have listened to the song quite often and it annoys you. That would be a sign for us maybe to put it away from the main rotation. Also we have some love scores, hate scores, and we have some rules. It isn't allowed to be higher than 10, for example, or 35. And we try to select the whole playlist with the help of these parameters. So there is a survey with, I think it depends, and between 45 and 65 people each week. And we prepare beforehand a playlist of 25 songs. We send it to the IFES, and Edison Research do the whole report. That's the report is a good one.
Elbúcsúzunk egy kis időre Ausztriától, de hamarosan újabb epizódokkal jelentkezem, és ha addig is kérdés van, írjatok bátran. karlo@karloproduction.com. Alles Liebe und bis bald!